Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, let's talk about garbage in. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, we're going to get a little bit real in the form of, hey, does your life suck right now? Are you miserable? Do you find yourself going home at night from your job or whatever it is that you do for work and employment and going, man, this isn't where I wanted to be. This isn't where I should be. I'm capable of so much more, maybe. Or maybe you're just sitting there going, I suck. I'm worthless. Nobody loves me. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants to be friends with me. I stink. I don't know how to put on deodorant correctly. Like you do that negative self-talk of what's the point? Why am I here? What does that kind of attitude look like for you right now? Are you on that negative spectrum? And I would ask you, what are your inputs? If your outputs right now are so horrible, are so mediocre, are not where you want them to be, are not where you expected them to be, you know, when you had big dreams when you were 22 or 18, and now you're 35, 45, 65. And I would ask you, what are your inputs? Are you putting garbage in? Now, garbage can mean all kinds of things. Certainly, you know, the easy thing to think of is food, nutrition. We know donuts are bad for us. We know fast food, for the most part, is bad for us. We know fatty foods and sugary foods and Coke is bad for us. And if you don't curb that or control that, and you keep putting that garbage in your mouth and expecting amazing things to come out of it, six-pack abs, but you ended up with a keg, then you're lying to yourself. You're fooling yourself. You're being lazy. But it goes beyond food. If you sit on your couch every night and never move, never go for a walk after dinner, never do any form of exercise to where you're challenging your body and your muscles from atrophying, you might as well be in a coma, then your body is going to slowly disintegrate and faster as you get older versus somebody that does take care of the body in the form of exercise and nutrition, right? This is not rocket science. You know this. This is basic biology that's taught to you in every school and just looking around you in society. You can pick up on these things. But then beyond the physical and beyond the nutrition, what are you putting in your brain? What are you putting in your brain through your eyeballs? What kind of content are you consuming? Because there's a difference between reading a book, which is actively engaging your brain and processing information that you're reading. Your eyes are going along the line. Now, I'm a huge proponent of physical books, but in our day and age, Kindle's an amazing thing, an amazing invention that has made reading available more readily to everybody. And the reality is you have no more excuses because we're going to focus specifically on content consumption today. What are you putting in your brain by virtue of your eyeballs in the form of video, in the form of social media, in the form of reading books, maybe listening on the radio in the form of your ears? What radio stations are you listening to? Do you spend your entire day listening to some lame, time-wasting sports talk radio that talks about hockey and basketball and football and baseball and handball and the latest ping pong tournament, lacrosse, polo? Who cares, man? Are you a polo player? Do you own horses that compete in the world champion polo tournaments? Probably not. What is that doing to your brain? Is that causing you to think more critically? Is that causing you to help reach your goals by listening to how LeBron James scored however many 300 points last night? Or is on track to be the all-time point scorer in the NBA history? Who cares? What is that doing for you? What is that doing for your life by being that sports fanatic? I saw this actually this weekend at a church event we were at. my boys and I went to help. They were doing a big sisters event for the ladies, and they were doing breakfast and all those types of things. And they had childcare available for that. And my boys and I went to help out, to be greeters and serve food and all those types of things. And we had a little pre-event breakfast for the men that had come to help out. And it was so fascinating to me because a large proponent of the conversation happening was all about sports. Was all about, whatever football game that had just happened, or the upcoming games, because this was on a Saturday, the upcoming college football games later that afternoon on Saturday, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Are you a coach at a college? Is your last name Jones, to where your family is invested in the Dallas Cowboys? Probably not. Why on earth would you spend your time and energy getting so deep dive into knowing, oh man, they got this many yards, and oh, this player did that, or man, that player really does suck, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? What is it doing for your life? Now, certainly there are sources of entertainment that we do, right? That we just enjoy doing, whether it's going to a movie for a couple hours, watching a sports game, all those types of things. I'm not against that, because we all need those breaks. We all need that chance to kind of disconnect and just enjoy something. But I don't go home and spend the next entire afternoon talking about the movie I just saw last night. I'd be like, oh yeah, I just saw this movie last night. It was really cool. I really enjoyed the plot, or man, that really sucked. But it's about maybe a 5-minute conversation, if that. You sports fanatics are on a whole different level. And I'll be honest, I used to be one. Not to that level. I was never one of the guys like stats and blah, blah, blah. It was I would follow my team. I was a Seattle Seahawks fan for a long time, until I realized, oh, these bunch of entitled millionaires literally don't give two rips about me. Obviously, they don't even know I exist. And why should they? Why on earth am I spending all this time changing my entire weekend schedule around? Even when I would travel, I'd be like, I got to catch the Seahawks game. For what? I had this wake-up moment of holy smokes, what has this gotten me? Less time with my family and boys. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Less money in the form of, hey, I've got to buy all these new jerseys and the new teams that come out. Okay, that's sweet. What do you do with those jerseys when you're done with them? Oh, yeah, you donate them to Goodwill. Okay. What else has it gotten me? Oh yeah, nothing. Literally nothing. So it's time to wake up. It's time to stop putting garbage in your eyeballs, in your ears, in your brain, and expecting these amazing things to happen in your life. Because the reality is, people that have amazing things happen into their life, they feed their soul, they feed their brain, they feed their spirit. And that's what allows them to go out and do amazing things, because they're shedding these shackles of what's popular and common in our society, i.e., for men, certainly sports. For women, maybe it's fashion. Maybe it's the latest trends happening on whatever social media site that you follow, some influencer that you follow. Do you actually care what the Kardashians wear? Where they're vacationing with their billions? What is it doing for you? Is that inspiring you to get your billions? Or is that holding you back of, I can never do that? And the reality is, there are no more excuses anymore. We do not live in a society where information is not available to us. I literally remodeled an entire house based off of YouTube. I gained every little aspect of knowledge that I didn't have naturally or through my own limited experiences up to that point in my life, and was able to figure it out. If you're wanting to invest in the stock market, guess what? There are resources for you for free on YouTube that will teach you all that will teach you the mistakes of previous people, that will teach you winning strategies of people. If you want to become a NASCAR driver, you can figure out how to do that and apply yourself. Does that make sense? There are no more excuses anymore. So stop getting in your own way. Stop being lazy. Stop doing the things that everyone else is doing that your bros are doing, that your sisters are doing, and start getting after the things you want. Instead of sitting on your couch at night going, my life sucks, sit on your couch at night and say, what information do I need to get to change my life? What information am I missing that will take me and my business to the next level? What information am I missing that will take my relationships to the next level? What relationships do I need to get rid of that are holding me back in these other good, positive relationships? Not saying it would be easy, but you can start by making those small changes. Instead of going to YouTube and watching endless videos, music videos, like, yeah, cool, it's entertaining, maybe good to have on the background while you're doing work. Music is good. Maybe sit there and watch a sales training video. Maybe sit there and watch a business video of like how people built multi-million-dollar businesses. Maybe go to your industry page and consume some content that will actually make you a better expert at your thing. Because most industries have societies and associations and groups, conferences. Maybe figure out how you can present, be a keynote speaker at one of those conferences. But guess what? You got to improve yourself in order to get to that level. Because those guys that are presenting as keynotes to these big conferences, they don't sit home and watch YouTube videos of cats. I can guarantee you that. They get better at their craft. They learn to speak to audiences. They learn to speak on stages. Right? There are no more excuses anymore. If you put that garbage into your life, guess what you're going to get out? Garbage. Start with less donuts. Start with less eating out. Start with shopping. Again, all free on YouTube. Thousands of nutrition plans, thousands of exercise programs. Start with something. Pick an area. Pick an area of least resistance to make that change. Drink more water. Don't buy those umpteen 2 liters of Coke or Diet Coke because it's not diet. All right. Hope that wasn't too harsh, but man, do it because you're capable and you deserve so much more. If you are in that position of, woe is me, my life sucks, this is garbage, what's the point? Get past that because you can make that change. Millions of people have done it and are doing it every day, but you have to choose to do so. And if you need an accountability partner, hit me up. Hit kalehouserleadership.com. Shoot me a text or a call, leave a comment, and I'd be happy to talk to you. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic afternoon, no matter where you're at in the world. Bye.